ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां हितये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। परित्यज्य मौनं वठादस्थितिं च व्रजन् भारतस्य प्रदेशात् प्रदेशं मधुस्यन्दिवाचा जनान् धर्ममार्गेण श्रीजयेन्द्रो गुरुर्बाधिचित्ते नमामि शङ्करान् वाक्यविजयेन्द्र सरस्वतीं श्रीगुरुं शिष्टमार्गारुणेतारम् सन्मतिप्रदं सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। In Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, called as Sankhya Yoga, Krishna first revealed the nature of the conscious property or product of the body. When a body dies, the body dies, but the consciousness do not die. There is only one consciousness, one Atma that gets reflected in multiple bodies. We see multiple Chaitanyam, but the multiple Chaitanyam is only like one sun that gets reflected on different mirrors. We are going to see, in fact, we are seeing about the Chatushloki Bhagavad, where the same concept is told by Bhagavan to Brahmadeva, Chaturmukha Brahma. And when we understand it to objectify the consciousness, because consciousness is never an object. I want to see consciousness. I want to feel consciousness. I need to have Atma Darshanam. You can never have Atma Darshanam. You can never see consciousness. You can never feel consciousness. Why? Not because consciousness is not there, but you are the consciousness. When you are the consciousness, how can you feel consciousness? Imagine I have a room and I show you a picture of that room. I ask you to enumerate what are the things that are present in that room. You will look at the picture, you will enumerate any blessed thing that you see in that picture, except for the camera. Camera is that observer. Camera is that observer which observes every blessed thing in that room, but the camera will never come into that picture. In the same way, consciousness is that Sakshi Chaitanyam, which is the Sakshi witness for all the happenings that are happening surrounding us in the Srishti, but consciousness can never be seen. If you see consciousness, it is not consciousness. Consciousness is always the subject, never the object, and that is little bit problem for us to understand, because whenever we acquire a new knowledge, we tend to objectify that. Say you have never seen a mango. Somebody is trying to explain you what is mango. Okay, it is yellow in color. What do? We tend to objectify. Okay, mango, manjal color la irukuma. What is the other object that I have seen which is yellow in color? Banana. Okay, so the color of mango is like that color of banana. Mango will be round in shape. What is the object that I have seen which is round in shape? A ball. Okay, imagine painting a ball with yellow color. That will be the shape and color of mango. What is the taste of mango? Sweet. Okay, what is the object that I know which is sweet? Sugar. Okay, so mango is going to be yellow in color. Mango is going to be round in shape. Mango is going to be sweet in taste. So we tend to objectify. Even though we have not seen a mango, if somebody describes all these things, we tend to have a mental picture of that object. That is called as objectification, making things an object. In the same way, as we tell about consciousness, we will imagine, okay, a plain entity, a smoke-like entity which does not have any shape, or a sound. These things are not consciousness. Consciousness, in fact, we observe these things because we are conscious. Consciousness is always the subject, never an object. Okay. So this is the Atma Jnanam. And Veda says Jnana Devatu Kaivalyam. With Jnanam, you get moksha. Nanyah pantha ayanaya vidyate. There is no other way for moksha. And Shastra says, Upanishad says, the moment Guru gives this jnana, the moment we receive this jnana, everybody will be mukta. Tattvamasi. The Guru will tell Tat Tvam Asi. Hey Sishya, you are that consciousness. The Sishya will understand that as Aham Brahmasmi. So Tattvamasi is the Upadesha Mahavakya. The Guru will do Upadesha. Aham Brahmasmi is the Anubhava Mahavakya. I have to realize that Aham Brahmasmi. All these things happened. Then why are we not Mukta Purushas now? Shastra says, the moment you get jnana, you will get moksha. Shastra says, okay, moksha is not an event that takes place in a time and space. You will get moksha then and there. Sadhya mukti. Okay, the Guru has told Tattvamasi. We all have heard Aham Brahmasmi, but we are still not mukta. We are still in samsara. Maybe the Guru has got some problem. The Guru does not know how to teach. Why we don't realize us to be Mukta Purushas even after gaining Atma Jnana? The question. And for that, Krishna talks about Manashanti. It's called as Prasadaha. Manashanti, a peaceful mind, is an absolute, necessary, essential condition in order to assimilate this knowledge. Knowledge is like sugar. I have coffee without sugar. If I want my coffee to be sweet, what should I do? I have to take that sugar, put it into my coffee. That is not enough. What we have to do? We have to stir the coffee so that the sugar gets to all the places in the coffee. That is important. I have a medicine. I go to doctor. Doctor says you have got diabetes. Okay. And the doctor gives you some glucophage, metformin. The doctor gives me the medicine. The doctor says, okay, you have to take this metformin, 2 pills in the morning, 2 pills in the evening, whatever is the dosage. I keep on taking the medicine. Next time I go to doctor, I see what is my blood sugar level. My blood sugar level is still high. I see H1B, HbA1c, it is going to be 10 or 12. We asked doctor, hey doctor, you told me this is the medicine. I have been religiously eating the medicine. I have got alarm in my phone. Morning 6 o'clock, 2 pills of metformin. Evening 6 o'clock, 2 pills of metformin. But still my disease has not gone away. Why? Doctor will ask you, what is your diet? In the morning, I take 1 cup of sugar with some coffee. Normally, we all will take coffee with some sugar. But I take 1 cup of sugar with some little coffee. Evening, same. Daily morning, evening, night, I have 1 sweet, gulab jamun. This has been my diet, doctor. Doctor will say, hey, then how will your diabetes get cured? If you have to control your diabetes, it is not only essential that you take the medicine, but it is also essential that you follow a diet plan, a restriction. Only when you follow your diet plan, only when you restrict your sugar intake, the medicine will work. Otherwise, the medicine will also go like the cups of sugar that you have been eating in the morning and evening. The same way, samsara is a vyadhi. Samsara is a vyadhi, a disease. And the medicine for this disease of samsara is Atma Jnanam Aham Brahmasmi. The Jnanam that I am Atma. But even though we have that medicine in our hand, even though we eat that medicine once in a week, every Wednesday or every Monday, I eat this Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam for half an hour. But it is not working out for me. Why? Because you are not following the diet plan. We have not restricted our sugar intake. In this case, the sugar intake is the food that we take from all of our senses. No, food normally is associated with only the things that we take with our mouth. That is not the only food. The food for our eyes is the objects that we see. The food for our ears is the sound that we hear. The food for my nose is the smell that I smell. The food for my tongue is the food that I taste. The food for my skin is the food, is the feelings that I feel. All these are 5 sense organs. And these 5 sense organs are associated with sense objects. As long as I have an attachment towards the sense objects, I can never be free. That is this Gita in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is this Gita in Srimad Bhagavatam called as Avadhuta Gita or Bhikshu Gita. I think it is also called as Uddhava Gita. In that, the sage, the Avadhuta, normally called as Dattatreya, he explains 24 gurus. All these gurus, he will be explaining. These are all naturally occurring events. One of the guru that he talks about is an eagle and crow. One of the gurus that he talks about is an eagle and a crow. Apparently, there was a crow, and this crow has got a piece of meat in its mouth. There is a butcher shop. This crow has picked up a piece of meat from the butcher shop. The crow is going to fly because crows are scavenger birds. This crow is flying towards its nest so that the crow can eat the meat at peace. But unfortunately, there is also an eagle. The eagle has seen the crow. The eagle has seen the meat in the crow's mouth. and the eagle started chasing the crow. The crow thought, okay, the eagle is chasing the crow. And the crow is trying to fly faster, but the crow cannot fly faster. Obviously, eagle is going to be much more faster than the crow. The crow fast. It flew. In the hurry, at one point, it dropped the piece of meat. And what happened? This eagle, instead of following the crow, the eagle started following the piece of meat. Now the crow is free. Now the crow is free. That is what is happening to us. You have been holding on to sense pleasures. We have been holding on to sense pleasures. The piece of meat is the sense pleasure. What is the vulture that is following us? Samsara. The vulture that follows us is samsara. We are holding on to sense pleasure. The moment you leave the sense pleasure, the samsara will not follow you. But unfortunately, we are like that monkey. In olden days, people, even now, when people want to get hold of monkeys, the குரங்கு பிடிக்கிறவன்லாம் குரங்க பிடிக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவான்னா, he will have a big pot, and inside that pot he will put some peanuts inside, and then the pot will have a very narrow neck. The pot will have a very narrow neck. This monkey will come. This monkey will smell that, okay, inside that pot there is going to be peanut. So the monkey will put its hand inside the pot. The monkey will get hold of the peanut. What will happen? If the monkey gets hold of the peanut, the hand will become bigger. So the monkey cannot take its hand out of the pot. Monkey cannot take its hand out of the pot. சரி, அது 2 தடவை முயற்சி பண்ணி பார்க்கும், 3 தடவை முயற்சி பண்ணி பார்க்கும். அதுக்கப்புறமும் the monkey will not have that knowledge that, hey, it is the peanut which is present inside the pot that is going to be holding me back. The moment I leave the peanut, my hands will be free. I will be free. I will be a mukta purusha. In fact, the very definition of mukti is freedom. But the monkey is now a baddha purusha. It has, it got caught. And the more the monkey tries to take out the hand, the more there will be failure, because it has got the sense objects that are peanut in its hand. What should the monkey do? It just have to leave the peanut so that the hands are free to take off. In the same way, when we want to escape from samsara, we have the medicine at hand. What is the medicine? Atma Jnanam Aham Brahmasmi. We have got a guru to teach us Aham Brahmasmi as well. But the problem is, we are like that monkey and crow. We don't want to leave what do we have in our beak and in our hand. And that is going to cause lots of mental problems. And it is these mental problems which are holding us back. That is what Krishna is going to tell in these shlokas. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischaran atmavasyair videyatma prasadam adhigacchati. What is the phalan of a person who has taken care of his raga and dvesha? Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischaran. This person need not to have ochre robes. The person need not to be a sannyasi to get moksha. Vishayan indriyaischaran. He will be among us. What is the external features of a mukta purusha? Krishna does not say, okay, he has to wear a sannyasi, he has to be a sannyasi, he has to go sit in the place alone. No, that is not the definition of a mukta purusha. The mukta purusha will be amongst us. In fact, that is the discerning feature of Vedanta. We do not believe in moksha, a conditional moksha. Only when you do this, you will get moksha. No, we don't believe that. A Mukta Purusha will be amongst all of us. Vishayani Indriyais Charan. He will be watching TV like all of us. He will be watching YouTube videos like all of us. He will be eating gulab jamun like all of us, but he will be a mukta. Why? Because Raga Dvesha Viyukta is too. Because he knows how to take care of his Raga and Dvesha. And for that person, he will be Atmavashyahi Vidheyatma. He has got all of his sense organs under his control. The immediate phalan that he gets is prasadam adhigacchati. He has got peace in mind. Prasadam means not the puliyodare chakra pongal that they give in the temple. It is peace in mind. In fact, that is called as prasada because the puliyodare and chakra pongal is supposed to give us peace. And now people are fighting over who gets the first puliyodare, who gets the first dosa. That is different story. And what is the palan of prasada? Prasade sarva dukkhanam anirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhih paryavatishthate. What is the palan of prasada? Prasade sarva dukkhanam anirasyopajayate. A person who has got a peaceful mind, he will not have any dukkha. In fact, he will have dukkha, but all of his dukkha will be destroyed. The person who is mukta, he will have all the problems. Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta, our Shastra does not do miracles. Miracles ask me, no. Okay, I have stomach pain. I have aham brahmasmi knowledge. The stomach pain goes away. That will never happen. That will never happen. You can write it. What will happen is that the stomach pain will not have the ability to affect me. It's called as dukkha, dukkhanam hanihi. So he never says dukkha will not have, you will not have dukkha. Krishna does not say. What he says, the dukkha will be destroyed. The dukkha will lose its relevance. The dukkham will lose its power to affect you. That is what is going to happen when you get mukti. Prasade sarva dukkhanam anirasyopajayate. So somebody gives you a promise that, okay, you do this, all of your problems will go away. Do not believe that person. Nobody can take away our problems, even Bhagavan. That is why even when Bhagavan is born in this world as a Rama and Krishna, Bhagavan has got problems. Look at the problems Rama had to go through. Look at the problems Krishna had to go through. Now, look at the problems Ramana Maharishi had to go through. He has got bodily pain. Mahaperiva had to go through. Jayendra Periva had to go through. All of these Periyavas, they all go through problems. Just because they are sannyasi, just because they have got Atma Jnana, does not mean that automatically their problems will go away. Bhagavan is not going to come to you, wave his wand and then make all of your problems go away. That will never happen. Bhagavan will never do. Bhagavan cannot do. Because if Bhagavan can do, he would have gotten rid of his own problems. But he did not do that. Why? Because Bhagavan wants to show you that, okay, hey, problems are part and parcel of life. I read the Bhagavad Gita. I still feel sad. Okay, what to do? The person who has told Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, he also felt sad. He also had got lots of problems. So reading Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra will not take the problems away. What it does is that it gives you courage to face those problems. It gives you a better mind so that you can solve all these problems on your own. That's what here Krishna says. Prasanna chetasa hyashu. A person who has got prasanna chetasa, a person who has got a peaceful mind, what will happen? His paryavatishthate, his intellect will be sharpened. That's what now people call as emotional quotient. In management studies, just like how we have got intelligent quotient, IQ, there is an emotional quotient called as EQ. How do you perform under stress? How do you perform under stress? There are going to be stresses in your life. But what does Bhagavad Gita help you? What does spirituality help you? Is to develop a sharpened mind so that you can face those problems and you can make better decisions at the time of crisis as well as crisis without the crisis affecting you. Only when you have an objective outlook towards the crisis, you will make better decisions. That is very, 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 very important. When we face a crisis, we have to understand that, okay, this crisis will not affect me. Whatever that is going to happen, it is going to affect my body. But I am not my body. Who am I? I am something other than the body. I am something higher and bigger and better than the body. This body is a tool. I do not have an attachment towards the body. When we talk about raga and dvesha, we talk about raga or the attachment towards this body as well. We have a big attachment towards this body. And this raga has to be taken care of. We have a big attachment towards our mind. We have a big attachment towards our mind. If somebody hurts our ego, they hurt my ego. They are not hurting me. I am different than my ego. If you have an objective outlook towards the problems can be easily solved. But what is the issue here is that it is always opposite. We have to understand the Atma as the subject. We have to objectify our problems. What do? We do the other ways. We understand the problems as subjective and we try to objectify the Atma. That is the problem. And in order to do that properly, you have to have better intellect. Buddhihi, buddhih paryavatishthate. That is why the greatest mantra in the Vedas, they say is Gayatri mantra. You know what is the prayer in Gayatri mantra? Not that I want to moksha. Gayatri mantra does not pray for moksha. Gayatri mantra does not pray for good health. Gayatri mantra, the prayer in Gayatri mantra is not for money, not for good health, not for moksha, but the prayer for Gayatri mantra is sharpened intellect. Dhiyaha yaha naha prachodayat. E bhargaha, e Bhagavan, please sharpen my intellect is the prayer in Gayatri mantra. Why? Only with a sharpened intellect we can enjoy the benefits of moksha. That is what Krishna says. The sharpened intellect will come only with a peaceful mind. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajaayate prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhih paryavatishthate. So the last two shlokas, Krishna told about the phalan of without raga and dvesha. In the next shloka, Krishna is going to emphasize the same thing, but in a negative manner. What will happen to a person who has got a raga dvesha. What will happen to a person who has got sharpened intellect? He says, Nasti buddhira yuktasya, nacha yuktasya bhavana, nacha bhavayata shantihi, ata ashantasya kuta sukham. A person whose mind is not tranquil. Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya. न चायुक्तस्य भावना. The person who does not have a tranquil mind, he will not have any knowledge. Meaning what? Even if he has got knowledge, the knowledge will not help him at the right place at the right time. He will be like Karna. You know what happened to Karna in Mahabharata? Karna has learned all the Vidya from Parashurama, but he would have lied to Parashurama, so there will be a curse by Parashurama that, hey Karna, the Vidya that you have learned, you will forget at the right time. Whenever it should be used, you will forget. The same thing will happen. Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya. The person who has not got peaceful mind, a tranquil mind, will forget. That is why he says buddhihi. Nasti buddhihi means what? He will have intellect. He will forget. நம்மளே சொல்லுவோம், அவசரத்துல தட்டிட்டு போயிடுத்து என்ன பண்றதுன்னே தெரியல, ஏதோ பண்ணிட்டேன், ஏதோ ஒரு அவசரத்துல பேசிட்டேன், எனக்கு தெரியும் ஆனா ஏதோ ஒரு அவசரத்துல பேசிட்டேன். Why? Because the mind is not at tranquil. Nachayuktasya bhavana. He cannot contemplate. Without tranquil mind, you can never contemplate on knowledge. Nacha bhavayata shantihi. A person who does not contemplate, a person who does not meditate upon the teachings, how will there be shanti? How will there be peace of mind? He will never have peace of mind. Ashantasya kuta sukham. If a person does not have peace of mind, where is the sukha for that person? He will never get sukha. Here sukha means moksham. Here sukha, happiness, means moksham. So a peaceful mind, a sharpened intellect is absolutely essential for moksha, and you will get that by taking care of your raga and dvesha. We have seen up to shloka number 66. This we will finish today's session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Till next week. Papa.